Jasmine, and today the United States has a population of 3.3 million, 33.3 million Hispanics of Mexican descent, and this includes 11.4 immigrants born in the United States, and 11.4 born in Mexico, and 22.3 born here in the United States. I want to talk about Mexican ceramics, more specifically clay pottery, because it demonstrates the Mexican art and culture. I am Mexican American, and I want to present my Mexican culture. So to me, Mexican ceramics and Mexican pottery means my family and my culture. And it is important for you guys to understand the cultures around you so you can respect them. By learning a little bit more about Mexican clay pottery, you will have a better understanding of the Mexican culture. I first want to talk to you guys about the history of Mexican ceramics and how it is now to this, and how it demonstrates artistic talents of Mexican ancestors. Then I want to tell you guys about why it's so significant to me and my family. So Mexican pottery has been around for hundreds of years, and it started when the Mesoamericans appeared. They made clay available, and Mexicans found out that it was very useful. They realized how they could use fire methods, how they could use clay, how the Mesoamericans colored and painted their designs. And with this, Mexicans were able to pick up on the designs of the Arab, Chinese, and Spanish to create talavera. Talavera pottery, which is decorated in bright colors and topped off with the silky glaze like the one I brought in today. And with this method, they created a lot of other things like spoons, cups, plates, guitars, and other objects, but these objects are all represented differently throughout parts of Mexico. So now that you guys have a little bit of the understanding of the history of pottery, I want to tell you guys why it's so significant to me. I am, as I said before, I am Mexican American, so the clay pottery signifies to me my family and my culture. My parents are from Michoacan, Mexico, and there we make small or large pots that are like a copper color, kind of like this one, and it's called barros. My mom actually described to me the process, and she said it's kind of like dirt, that it's reddish orange, and you add water to it, and it creates clay, and then you're able to shape it the way you want. And my grandmother actually made these in Mexico, and she made it big enough to feed her entire family. Although I do not have that talent, I still look back at my grandma's pots and think of her and my family. But there was also a time where I did not want to be Mexican. I just wanted to be American. And this happened in middle school when I went from a school in the ghetto to a school in Beverly Hills, where I became the only Mexican kid. It was then that I began to question why it was that my family had to cook in these pots, and why it was that it looked so dirty in the inside, and why couldn't we just use American pots like normal kids my age. And now that I'm older and a little bit wiser, I know the reason, and it is because my family loved the idea of cooking food in barros, because it could be cooked in large amounts, and it could be anything. It could be cooked indoors or outdoors, and it also comes out more delicious than it would with American pots. So now that you guys have a better understanding of the Mexican culture by learning about ceramics, I discussed to you guys about how the history of Mexican ceramics plays into the creativity of my ancestors, and how they evolved from little clay and to create beautiful pieces like this one. And I also talked to you guys about how it signifies to me my family and my grandma. And it is important for you guys to understand the cultures around you, because we live in a world that's so diverse that a lot of cultures could clash, and it might be difficult for someone to fit into the culture in today. So today we have the majority of American. So if you're from a different culture, you might find it difficult to fit in. And by accepting each other's cultures, it could become a little bit easier for each other to fit in. So So basically, I now evolved as a person, and I now can eat from plastic or clay spoons and forks, and I accept both my Mexican culture and my American culture.